County, New York, coming to you with another live video. Yo, shout out to the chat, shout out to the YouTube streets. It is Saturday. And how do we say Saturday in Swahili? Jumamosi. 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 Habari za hasaburi. Habari za hasaburi. Karibu ni umbani wangu. Ni fuate twendi zetu kuja na mimi kula chakula. Nipi glasi ya miji baridi unakaribishwa hapa kila wakati. Karibu ni nyumbani wangu, kuvuta kiti, kaa chini, tulia, kupumzika, kuwa na wewe. Ni furaha na kushukuru. Yo, for real, I appreciate everyone that comes over to my channel. I don't care who's fucking live right now. I was starting to think that I need to start caring about who's fucking live right now. But I don't need to give a fuck about who's fucking live right now, because I know for myself that it's just a repeat of yesterday. It's just a repeat of last week. These people have no content. They talk about nothing. They have empty conversation. And then they hold panels. Yeah, I still don't understand. And yo, I don't got nothing against Sis and the rabbits. I understand what I see. And people that say that they hate other people, that they don't like other people, that they can't stand certain people on this app, why do they go over other people's content? Why do they use other people's material to do content? Does that sound like content to you? I mean, for real, does that sound like fucking content to you? It doesn't sound like content to me. It sounds like obsession. That's what it sounds like to me. Because ain't no way in the world I'm going to give people that I don't like any type of shine on my channel. I'm not going to constantly talk about them over and over again, day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. And we got some people that are supporting this shit, sitting on panels, talking about people that they say they don't fucking like. It doesn't make any sense to me. Why would you give people shine? Biz 101 is a sexual predator. He was on the sex registry for almost 20 years. Okay? There's been plenty of people on this app that supported that clown. There's been plenty of people on this app that fucking supported that fucking clown. I don't think those people are trying to hide their hand. I don't think they're trying to make excuses for themselves, because when you're friends with somebody, you're friends with somebody. But you have to understand that this is YouTube's, this is social media. When you fall out with people, you fall out in favor of certain people, yes, now they become what? They don't become the distractors. They don't become that. They become trolls. That's what they become. And ain't nowhere. Now, I have done it in the past. I have sat there and listened to this crap hours. But as time went on, I would go back to my channel and I would work on my channel. I would put up my short videos. I would do my uploads. I would go off of YouTube, watch movies, watch different content. Sometimes I go to social media platforms. Yo, shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. This is your homegirl, Arabia Barbosa. The BT 1000, the only original BT 1000 in this fucking sector, a day one OG in this fucking sector. I've never seen people be upset so much with people they say they don't fucking like. They say they can't stand Garrick. So why are you talking about Garrick? You say you don't like Biz 101. Why are you talking about Biz 101? Some people on this app say they don't like Damn D. Why are they talking about Damn D? You know what I mean? Why give people shine? Why? Because only thing you're doing when you talk about all these other people on your platform, on your channel, on your stage, you're giving them power over you. These people are running your channels, whether you know it or not. When you watch their channels, even if you're watching it from a third party, you are supporting the tonteria. You are supporting the bullshit. You are supporting people you say you don't support. And I don't mean no harm, but I do mean some harm. It just looks like to me, and that's what it looks like to me. It looks like to me that everyone that was a part of the We the People cult over there, everyone that was with Kwame Brown at whatever time they was with Kwame Brown, I don't care if it was back in 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025, 2026. This is 2026. We've had some people on this app who have gotten kicked out of the Kwame Brown car. Instead of them moving on and creating their own content, they already got their own name, brand, stuff, whatever they got going on. They already got their own group. Okay, you're no longer with Kwame Brown. Why are you guys so obsessed with talking about him and talking about those Kwamites over there? I don't understand. I really don't understand. I don't feel none of that. And you can't make me understand something that doesn't make any sense. Not to me. A lot of people are on this app, they're doing content and they're not really doing anything. These are monetized channels. We got a lot of people that got monetized channels that are wasting their time talking about Kwame Brown and the Kwamites. And it just looks like to me, and it looks very funny and very weird and very suspicious. And it's very interesting that the same people who ran away or got put out of the Kwame Brown car are all together. They all support each other. You ever watch that? Have you ever understood that they are supporting each other? Ain't no way in the world I'm going to watch somebody's video sit on a panel almost all fucking night talking about people I don't fucking like when I can do that over here on my channel. For real, for real. What's up, Just Jay? Let me see who's in this. We got Sophia. Shout out to you. We got Bully. Shout out to you. We got Just Jay in the building. Good morning to everyone. Hello to everyone. Yeah, this is your home girl, Arabia Bubbles. That's what I'm trying to understand. Why are people doing content? They're taking other people's material and using it on their channel, talking about they're doing a reaction video. And these are not women that are doing it. Now, the women that do this, it's understandable because a lot of our women in this sector have been doxxed. A lot of the women in this sector have been cyber stalked, cyber harassed, and cyber bullied, and they've been doxxed. Their real names have been given out. Their addresses have been given out. Certain information about their family members have been given out. So when the women do it, I completely understand. But a man to do it, it doesn't make any sense, especially if those other people haven't doxed you. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Sophia, you got the right time over here. It's like, I think it's like a little after, I don't know, it might be after 3 o'clock in the morning. It might be a little after 3 o'clock in the morning. Yo, shout out to Purple Heart Podcast, aka Just Jay. It's after 3 o'clock in the morning. It's 3:03 in the morning. Shout out to the chat for anybody that wanted to know what time it was. Because I'm up early. I get up early every fucking morning, whether I got to go to work or not. Today is Saturday, and Jumamosi. 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 Today is Saturday. I'm saying in Swahili. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. Yeah. So it is what it is. Yo, double tap the screen. Double tap the screen. I appreciate it if you double tap the screen. Yeah, what's up, Just Jay? Yeah, Just Jay. I'm telling you something right now, yo. That goddamn iceberg. I don't know. I don't know what his issue is, what his problem is. I really don't give a fuck. But when someone comes into the chat and I'm moderating for you, you moderate for me, right? If I'm over there and I see somebody, he don't even speak to you when he come in. He don't say hello. He don't say good morning. He don't say good afternoon. He just immediately comes in and starts critiquing you on your channel or whatever content you're doing. I don't know what kind of relationship you got with this dude, but you need to let him know to stop disrespecting you, for real. Seriously. The man has absolutely no respect. He's one of these cats in the sector that believes X, Y, and Z about himself. But I know for a fact that Iceberg was once a Kwamite. And all the Kwamites seem to run in the same circles, and all of them seem to behave the same exact way. All of them got that same thinking pattern. I don't care if they're with Kwame Brown today or not. If you was ever a Kwamite, I mean, for some reason, in the back of my mind, I'm starting to see that all Kwamites are going to be Kwamites. I don't care what kind of name they call themselves. I don't care what kind of groups they're in. I don't care who they fucking run with. All of them think exactly alike. Group thinking, herd thinking. For real, for real. So I don't know. I don't know what kind of relationship you got with this dude. I don't know who he think he fucking is. But when he comes into the chat, I'm telling you, whenever you go live again, he comes into your chat, read your chat. He trying to throw me in there as a fucking distraction. And I'm not really too pleased with that. You know what I mean? Because every time a man in this fucking sector got an issue with me automatically they want to talk about me being a lesbian. But as long as I'm supporting them, they don't worry about my lesbianism. They don't worry about if I'm a candy licker. They don't worry about none of that bullshit. But I noticed that when you disagree with one of these beta male motherfuckers in the sector, that's the first thing they like to do, which is okay with me, because I've been a part of the LGBTQ community for over 24 years now. And it looks like to me a whole lot of them, a whole lot of those beta males in this sector are undercover yags. A lot of them are undercover. A lot of them are married to beards, or they're dating beards, and they mad at me because they wish that they could do the things I do. I don't know what I'm doing that's so fucking special. Maybe I should get a Nobel Peace Prize for it, but I don't know what I'm doing that's so fucking special. But it is what it is. I'm used to it by now. I'm used to insecure men want to talk about my private life, what I do in the bedroom, and they're not even fucking here. They don't live with me. They don't pay no bills in this fucking house. They don't do shit for me. They don't even support my channel. Not really. They only come over here to fucking troll. That's the only thing they fucking come over here to do. And that's what Iceberg does. He doesn't sit in someone's chat to support them. Now, the disrespect that he gives you, I dare him to try that shit with Sister T. I dare him to type into her chat and say, I don't like the content that you got, or you need to take that shit down. Because if he does that in the Sister T's chat, what she gonna do, she gonna stop doing what she's doing. She's gonna pin him directly, curse him out, and probably time him out for 24 hours in her fucking chat. See, there's certain people on this platform that don't play with certain other female YouTube creators. They don't play with Sister T at all. That's what I notice about them. They try to come for Sister T, and you know what Sister T does? She fucking destroys. She vanquishes them. She embarrasses them. I don't know. I think most of the women that's in this sector, especially if you're a new YouTube content creator, do not put up with people's disrespect. Do not put up with people trolling you in your own chat. Don't do it. Yo, good morning, everyone. My brother, the great one. I'm going to call you the great one. My brother, the great one. Thank you for coming in. Yo, shout out to you. Good morning. Thank you. Thank you for supporting my channel. Yeah, just Jay, you way too nice to these niggas. You way too polite. I mean, someone like Lance should not be on. You do what you want to do, but if it was me, somebody like Lance wouldn't be talking to me like that on my panel. I'm just saying. If y'all don't know who Sister T is, I suggest for all women content creators that's in this sector right now, if you don't know who Sister T is, I suggest that you go over there and you watch her videos and you watch how she deals with trolls, especially people that come in and don't speak to the host. You'll see what she does, because I've seen her do it for over a year. I think I've been rocking out with Sister T for over a year, and I have watched her, how she deals and how she handles trolls. I have watched other women YouTube creators on how they handle trolls, but I like her approach the best. I like it the best. You know what I mean? Because she's nice, nasty with it. She'll smile and all that, but then when she really pinpoints who's doing what, and I don't care if it's 100 people in the chat, if she sees someone disrespecting her in her chat, first of all, she's going to tell her moderators, I'm going to handle that person. And guess what she does? She handles them. She embarrasses them. I used to watch Sister T put people on her community wall and destroy these people. You want to know how to handle trolls? Watch Sister T. Well, when you want to know what he said to you? Well, you've heard it all before. You've heard it all before. I mean, I was in the chat, so I was reading everything he was typing. And I told him about it. I said, knock it off. Knock that shit off. And then he said something else to me about I need to mind my own business. But if I'm moderating for someone, even if I'm in someone else's chat and I got my moderator stick, to watch the chat because that's my job. That's my job. To drop the links, to put the Cash App up there, and to support the content creator. But for right now, I don't know what's going on between you and Iceberg. I'm gonna stay out of it. And it is what it is, man. I just don't like the way he moves. I don't like it at all. And he's a bitch-fied nigga because of what he did a couple of weeks ago, putting out them DMs and all that other craziness. I don't forget nothing like that. The man is a troublemaker. The man is a troll. You know, just beware. Be wary. Because if it was me, he wouldn't be in my fucking chat. I would have got rid of him a long time ago. Yeah. And I like you as a person. You know, I know that you are not a part of the LGBTQ community. But what I want you to know is that a lot of men who are insecure, who don't feel good about themselves, they will automatically reflect on my personal life. And they have never, ever, ever seen me sleep with anybody, man or woman. You know what I mean? They might have seen me with Birdman, whatever the case may be. They've never seen me with KK. They've never seen me with Nature. They never seen me with Marisol. They never seen me with Tish. They never seen me with Tanya. They never seen me with Dolores. But they're supposed to be married, right? Some of these niggas are supposed to be married. You know what I mean? For real, for real. Half of these niggas that are married, I think they undercover anyway. And half of these niggas, they are married not to women, but they're married to beards. And a beard is a woman that is heterosexual. She knows that her boyfriend or her husband is gay, but to make it look like that he's heterosexual, that he's really down with being heterosexual, she will pretend. She will live there with him. She will give him children. She will pretend that they're straight. They got a straight lifestyle going on. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. It is what it is. And I don't have a whole lot of respect for people that are police officers anyway. I don't have a whole lot of respect for people that are police officers anyway, whether they're a police officer or whether they're fucking retired. You cannot totally trust them. You can like them if you want to support them, because I have supported Iceberg in the past. But I know now not to fuck with him, not to support him, not to really, feed into his bullshit. You know what I mean? Like I fell out with Bishop not too long ago. But guess what? I'm still able to go over there and hit the link and send on the chat and talk my ish. Because me and Bishop got a mutual respect for each other. Doesn't matter whether I'm cursing or not. Doesn't matter whether I'm on the panel and singing and clapping my hands and, talking shit or not. You know what I mean? Because I do the exact same thing to Sis. Exact same thing. No difference. Same thing with Anthony. Same thing with Fats TV. Same thing with Thaddeus. You know what I mean? I've been on them dudes for years on the YouTubes. But Iceberg, he got some serious issues going on with himself. I like the... What did she say? She say, I like the presidents. Oh, okay. You like the money? He be sending you money. He be hitting Cash App. I hope he is hitting your Cash App with all the disrespect he got going on and his bones for you. I don't mean no harm. I think when some of these so-called male YouTube creators come to your chat, they should be able to hit the Cash App. They should be able to hit. Because if you're able to support them, they should be able to support you. For real. That's the way I really think, and that's the way I really feel. Yeah. That's what I really think, and that's what I really feel. Because words alone ain't going to do it for me. People need to hit that Cash App. For real, for real. Shout out to the chat. Yeah, today is Saturday morning. Today is we in the weekend because Friday was yesterday. So today is Jumamosi. Tomorrow is Jumapili. Tomorrow is Sunday. I'm gonna have to get everything together for y'all, so y'all know the days of the week, how to count, how to name things in your fucking house in Swahili, because it's really no need to emphasize Spanish too much because it's the colonizer's language, and we trying to get away from being colonized. We trying to get away from all that. I mean, it's good to know Spanish. It's good to know Portuguese because a lot of my family members, they speak Portuguese. A lot of my family members speak Spanish. And I'm not talking about the people I was raised with. I'm talking about my original family, my blood. Because when I was in New York, I remember this one girl, one specific female I knew, and she was dating a Puerto Rican chick. And I remember in the car, it had like a flag of the Puerto Rican flag, and it had the Cape Verdean flag. And I said, Cape Verde and Puerto Rico together? But it's not really a strange concept because I have people in my family that are actually Puerto Rican, and they just happen to have Cape Verdean blood running through their fucking veins, just like the way I do. You know what I mean? But like I'm saying, a lot of my relatives, they speak English, they speak Spanish, and they speak Portuguese. And then we got some family members that speak the Creole language from the Cape Verdean Islands. They speak it. They speak it very well. You know, I mean, me, I always wanted to learn the Spanish. And then as I got older, I said, what will happen if I learn a little bit of the Swahili? I don't have to know the whole language, but I do need to know enough on how to communicate. You know what I mean? How to ask questions and make statements and point out things and tell people and give people directions. That's what I want to be able to do. I could do it a little bit in Spanish, but now let's see what we can do. Let's see what I can do with the Swahili. I can't tell nobody else what to do, nobody else what to think, nobody else what to feel, none of that. But I think it is a waste of time for people to be going over other people's content and they say they don't like these people. Oh, shout out to Smitty. Yeah, shout out to Agent Smitty. Uh. Bully. Yeah, shout out to Agent Smitty. He's a cool dude. There's a lot of people in the sector that don't really care for Agent Smith. I do. I always liked him. He always been cool to me. You know, there's a lot of people in the sector that I like. You know what I mean? And I was listening, and believe it or not, because I like to travel in different spots in the sector. And I like to go in certain people's chats and listen. You know what I mean? And Armando Black was live today, and he was talking about Lou Jenkins. And some of the stuff that he was saying about Lou, I gotta agree with. It because ain't no way in the world you gonna leave your place in Detroit, Michigan, and go all the way to California, sleep with that young lady, then come back, and then you got a whole issue with her. That doesn't make any sense to me. You know what I mean? Why was Armando Black talking about Lou Jenkins? I have no idea. I didn't even know they were truly beefing like that. Only thing I do know is that Armando Black is actually in a beef with Sis Rabbit with the rent, the King Rabbit over there. And I don't understand why Sis refuses to, respond to Armando. I think I talked to Sis about it before because I hit Sis link and we talked about it before. But ain't no way in the world I'm going to have a dude say anything about me and it not be true and I not address it. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to address certain things because if you don't address some of these lies, people might be speaking on you, the propaganda, people going to start believing the bullshit. People going to believe the tonteria. What? I like you just fine. I don't know where you get that shit from. Don't listen to Ro Rich and their bullshit. Ro Rich ain't nothing but a blackmailer. When he trying to blackmail you. Don't let him get away with it. Neither. I can't stand that nigga. I used to think he alright and stuff, but as time moved on, he just started moving a little shiesty and stuff. But I don't mean no harm. Niggas that live in Brooklyn, that's the way they are. Niggas that live in Brooklyn, especially those that are grimy and dirty like that, yeah, they a certain way. They got a certain flavor to them. They got a lot of funny style with them. And I'm telling you what I know. It's just like, pretend, Just Jay, that me and you are walking down the street and we run into someone that's actually from Brooklyn, New York. Okay? And it's three of us walking down the street together. We come across a bodega. That person is going, like me and you we might not want to go into the store. We might not want nothing from the store. You know what I mean? But the person from Brooklyn, I'm not saying all of them, some of them are like this. They're going to go and they're going to ask us, do we want anything out of the store? We're going to tell them no. They're going to go into the store anyway. Now, you thinking they going in there getting themselves a pack of cigarettes or a soda or maybe a sandwich, but then they come out and it's taking them too long to come out the store. So me and you continue on walking down the street. Now, by the time they do catch up to us, we're at the red light. We're at the crossroads. We're getting ready to cross the street. We notice that this person got their cigarettes, got their soda, but they got more money in their pocket than usual. Come to find out, this person done held up the damn store. But if the police been called, guess what? Not only are they going to pick that person up, but they're going to try to implicate us in the fucking crime. Even though we might not be on camera, but we were with that person. See, that's how a lot of people from Brooklyn get down. They some really dirty, shiesty, not all of them. I'm not saying all of them, I'm saying some. Yeah, man. So that has always been my experience about people from Brooklyn. Always. And I'm from where? Yonkers, New York. I'm from where? The 914. I'm from where? Westchester County. Westchester County and the Bronx has more of a closer relationship than any of the other 5 boroughs. We do. We have a closer relationship with people that are from the Bronx and the South Bronx than what we have with people that are from Brooklyn. Because I remember a couple of years ago when I was working at the temp service I was working for in the Bronx. We worked for this company. It was right there on Jerome Avenue. Okay. And there was one particular day they was going to send us to a company, a pepper company in Brooklyn, New York. Okay. They were going to send like 13 of us. And the only thing I remember, some of the cats from the Bronx, they was like saying like, look, X, Y, and Z, do not get separated. If we roll in there together, we all rolling out together. Do not get separated. See, people from Brooklyn got a reputation. They do. They got a serious reputation. It's always been that way ever since I was a young girl. Shout out to the chat. But I'm not saying all people from Brooklyn are like that. I'm just saying some of them. And we got a lot of dirty, grimy, low down people from Brooklyn. And there's no other way of me saying it. When I was living in Yonkers, and on Friday nights, I'd be coming home. I'd be seeing all these people coming from the train station. And guess where they were coming from? They wasn't coming from the Bronx. They wasn't coming from Manhattan. They wasn't coming from no other. They were coming from Brooklyn. We had a lot of cats coming in from Brooklyn, dealing with niggas from Yonkers because they were all down. Some of them were down with selling drugs and shit, with the guns and shit. So they used to call Yonkers Little Brooklyn. You know what I mean? And I don't know why they was calling Yonkers Little Brooklyn. But there are, some people that think up there in certain places in New York that they are true gangsters. They really believe that. Some people actually think they are gang members. I don't know what's going on with these young people. So that's my opinion about all of that. I'm wondering what's this. Like certain strange people up in my chat, but anyway. Yeah, man, but that's the way it is. If you ever go and actually go to certain places in okay, let's say that you're in a place in Westchester County, you're in White Plains or Portchester or Peekskill or Tarrytown or Bronxville or New Rochelle or Mount Vernon. Y'all going to be more close to the people that are from the Bronx or the South Bronx. You know what I mean? Because believe it or not, Mount Vernon is close to the Bronx, is right next door to the Bronx. New Rochelle's not that far from the Bronx. Yonkers is right next door to the Bronx. I mean, I remember when I used to just walk off of Saratoga Avenue, come on to South Broadway, cross over from off of South Broadway, get back on Riverdale, and Riverdale would take me into the Bronx. I could just simply walk in there. But in order to get to certain spots in the Bronx that I might want to go to, I'm going to want to get on the bus or I'm going to want to get on the train. Simple as that. Simple as that. You know what I mean? I remember one time I had to go all the way to Manhattan to go to the temp company that I was working for. And I ended up staying down there for a little bit, waiting around. But when it was time for me to go, I left. You know what I mean? And I went straight back to where? Yonkers. 914 Westchester County, New York. Yonkers is a good place, man. It's a really, really good place to live. It's not as bad as it used to be. Yonkers has slowed down. Yonkers has calmed down a lot. Mount Vernon, I'm going to tell you, Mount Vernon is not being gentrified as fast as Yonkers is being gentrified. Can you understand what I'm saying? Just like White Plains, Portchester, Peekskill, and New Rochelle, they're being gentrified quickly. You know what I mean? If you go to Harlem, Harlem is not the same anymore. The only spot in Harlem that they're holding out a little bit is right there in Spanish Harlem. But what was Spanish Harlem before Spanish Harlem became Spanish Harlem? That whole area was nothing but Italians. If you go to certain places in Manhattan, you're going to run into Chinatown and you're going to run into Little Italy. Chinatown and Little Italy's right neighbors. Neighbors. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. So yeah, it is what it is, man. And I still don't understand why. I might hit the link over there with Sis and them if he's still live and find out exactly why they're going over the material they're going over. Because I think it's a waste of time and I think it's pointless. And that's just my feeling on it. You know what I mean? Belief on it. And I'm not gonna stop feeling the way I feel. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. This is your home girl, Arabia Barbosa. 914 Westchester County, New York. Yeah, I'm closing out this video right now. Closing it out. Want to say good morning to everyone. Habari Zahasaburi. Yeah. Habari Zahasaburi. Good morning. Good morning. You know, I could say it in Spanish, buenos dias. You know. I want to tell everyone that supports this channel, Asante Sana. Asante Sana is thank you very much in Swahili, and Naku Shukuru. Naku Shukuru means I appreciate you. So Asante Sana Naku Shukuru. Yeah. And for everyone that comes in here to my channel, I always say Karibu ni Mbani ke wangu. Karibu ni Mbani ke wangu. You are welcome in my house. Unakaribishwa hapa kila wakati. Unakaribishwa hapa kila wakati. You are always welcome. You are always welcome. You know what I mean? So shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. Yeah, y'all enjoy the rest of your day today. You know, let me say it in Spanish. Disfruta tu día. Disfruta tu día. If I was to say it in Swahili, I would tell you to enjoy yourself. And the words of enjoy yourself would be Jifu Rahishe. Jifu Rahishe. Yeah. And if I was to tell you that I enjoy you, I would say Kuwa na wewe ni furaha. Kuwa na wewe ni furaha. Yeah. So hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit the Cash App if you can, if you're able to. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the YouTube streets. Yo, I'm closing out this video. Peace out. Hope everyone has an awesome day today. And enjoy the rest of your weekend. Peace.